Hey guys, Pawpaw here. Yeah, he's always bragging. And that's where you learn how to make them. Ben is coming. It's late. We're in the evening, in the afternoon. And I said, Ben, don't worry about coming today. He was trying to mow something somewhere this morning. I said, don't worry about it. We can do it tomorrow. He said, well, I can paint even at night, Pawpaw. You got lights. You got a fan. Yeah, we do. You got air conditioning. Yeah, we do. He said, I can paint tonight. That's why I'm going to go out and clean up my workspace, get all up the tools out of here. I don't need them now. And put it out there where it's kind of moved from one spot to another. Get this all finished in here, and we'll clean off this area out here, and I'll show you. It's horrible. But it's all tools and material we used. Well, most of it. You see there's tools and all kinds of stuff out there. We got to clean all that off. Clean this pavilion off. Then we'll be back in business. So he can paint it here. I got to put that piece of trim up. I need him to screw the screws in above my head. And this is where I ran those screws down that Kim was whining about. All right, that screw got me, Dad. It got me good. Just a little scratch. I've cut myself worse shaving. But, you know, you get the whiny pots. So I brought my grinder and I ground them all down smooth. So when Ben paints it, you won't be able to see them marks at all. Okay, so that's where we're at right now, and I'm gonna get to cleaning. I told Ben, I said, Ben, you could even have TV if you want to watch YouTube. I got YouTube out there. Nothing else comes in until we can kind of get all our codes set up out here, you know, from the house. It draws it all, I guess, from the house signal, I guess. But anyway, YouTube pops in out here real good. And we'll build a shelf over there for the TV too, out of the way. In that corner. Okay, so I'm gonna get busy moving all this stuff out, guys. You know, this countertop here is the right height to eat at if you want to use it for a breakfast bar. Why would she buy such little bitty drinks? I can drink this with one swallow. I guess the little kids. What about Pawpaw? I got some orange drinks you can have out there. Okay, baby. Beggars should not be choosy. I'm actually killing time waiting on Ben. Who knows? He may not get to it today. I'm going to go down a little bit, visit with Ivy. Ivy's been upset with me most of the day. I didn't let him out today because it's kind of rainy-fied. They kept saying it's going to rain. Never rained, a little misty rain. So I never let Ivan out. That's the very reason I didn't go back and try to mow myself at Camp Patty's. I had my mower all charged up, I think. Went out to go do it yesterday, and even though I put a new solenoid switch on it, the battery was down. Tried to start, but it wasn't enough to get it going. So I put the charger on it overnight. I'm guessing it's charged up now. But I didn't go mow yesterday, and then I said, okay, I'll do it today, because I knew Ben's going to do some work somewhere this morning, and he's going to be here over about noonish. Now, so I can go down and mow, you know, before he gets here. Well, kind of rainy, grass is wet, so I didn't go mow. Kind of missed the rain off and on all night. Not good to mow wet grass. If you don't know that, it's not good. It don't cut that well. Plus, it's bad for your mower deck because that grass acid or whatever's in it gets up underneath, it sticks up under your mower deck. If you do it very often, it'll rust your mower deck out. I'll tell you a story. I had a friend, now this, you know, they all want to say, oh, Papa's so tight, he won't spend no money. Well, I ain't got much money, so I try to make it last. I had a friend, though, had money. Had money, guys. He made every year, this is back when people might be lucky to make half what he made in the 6 digits every year. Beautiful place too. But he had a push mower. Nothing wrong with that. We got one too. We got a riding mower too. I mow the big part of the yard with a riding mower. My knees ain't gonna put up walking around behind the lawnmower too long. But she has a little push mower she uses in the backyard, and we can bring it out here and use it around trim stuff. We want to trim something, you know, kind of up close stuff. It's fine. But my friend had this push mower that was probably built back in the 40s. Probably the metal shortage. Back in the 40s, World War II, you know, probably a metal shortage. And how he kept it running, I don't know. But he mowed it. He mowed grass, wet, dry, it didn't matter to him. Seriously, the mower wasn't that old. But that grass had got up underneath that little mower deck and it rusted out. It's okay at first. But then finally, it rusted all the way through. You can see daylight through it. And you turn it upside down, take the blade off, sharpen the blade, or change blades, you can see lots of daylight. It's all the way around that motor. You're thinking, you know, that ain't gonna last long. That motor's sitting there, it's just gonna, you know, it's gonna break loose and fall through that deck. Who knows what to do to somebody mowing? And told him about it several times, about it. Fix that. Well, he did. For you people that do body work on cars, you'd have been proud of him. He goes, instead of buying another little $98 lawnmower, he goes to town, buys some screen wires and Bondo that they use on cars. He got out there and spent probably a whole day or longer screwing that screen all around that little motor and then Bondoing it, smoothing it down, sanding it down, then took a can of spray paint and painted. Well, it didn't, you know, it wasn't factory. It wasn't factory. And that's what he continued to mow with. Well, it may have looked okay, but the metal part was rusted out. It was rotten. So, cats fight. Oh, Roman is all chewed up. He fights all the time. Different cats come around here, stray cats. But, so Dan is up there one day, and Dan's in high school. He said, Dan, you want to mow my yard? I'll pay you to mow my yard. But Dan looking for spending money, and sure, I'll mow it. So, had no idea that big old yard required a push mower. He rolls out that little push mower. Dan cranks it. It's probably about a 20-inch wide. That yard's big. And he starts mowing. And the problem was, my friend's cows had got out and got in his yard, and his ground's not sandy like mine. It's kind of like a wet type, clayish type ground. And everywhere they stepped, there was a hole, you know, cow holes. And that little mower was constantly falling in a hole. It looked like when Dan got through, somebody got a bad haircut. It looked bad. Dan told you can't mow that stuff with all them cow tracks out there. Yeah, I need to fill them cow tracks in. Well, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. I know it wasn't gonna happen. Sounded good. It sounded good. Dan actually mowed for him on several different occasions and complained every time he come home. But, well, buddy, you got paid. You know, you got paid. You don't pay much there. Well, I know he's tight. He's tight. He's tighter than I am. But he had money. Dan's up there one day and little old mower was really into trouble. And he mowed it. He was hot. He was tired of summertime. And he told me, he says, look, that was a mower about to kill me. He says, and that bondo's breaking loose. You can see that bondo breaking loose. That thing's going to fall apart. Yeah, I need to fix it. Okay. Use some super glue, I guess. Anyway, he called Dan, but they said, you know, come mow his yard. He hadn't fixed nothing. Dan's busy. He had a good excuse. He was busy doing something else. He said, I can't do it. I might next week. I can't. I don't know. Well, it ain't gonna last next week. Well, that means you gotta do it yourself, dude. Do it yourself. He goes to town, buys him a brand new riding lawnmower. He pushes that little old piece of junk down there on the road for sale. Nobody wanted it. And all the thing saved today was he had a friend he worked with, kind of uppity guy, comes by to visit. And he turned in and see that little lawnmower sitting there, bondo all over it, with a for sale sign. Oh, he shamed him. Ooh, Lord, he roasted him up there. He got up there. I can't believe you there selling that piece of junk. So he goes down, takes the for sale sign off, puts free on it. Somebody got it. There's some other stories. But he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a good guy. I liked him. We had a lot of fun. Did a lot of stuff together. But he was tight. He squeaked when he walked. He squeaked. You probably met people like that. All they'll say, yeah, that's why you dad, aren't you, Dad? Just like, yeah, I don't squeak. I don't squeak. Oh, the whole family taking a dip. The whole family taking a dip. Everybody. Oh, y'all don't like water. Y'all stop saying y'all want to go take a dip. I'm coming over and y'all's paying a few minutes for treats. Yeah, I'm coming over there. We're gonna go take a little quick ride with these guys. My teacup here is Kippy. My boy Woody got a new haircut. Woo, yeah, Woody got a haircut. He's so handsome. Little Birdie got a haircut. She's so cute. She gets these boys in trouble. She always gets them in trouble. It ain't their fault. Look at that boy's face. Look at that face. You got a face like that? How can you get somebody in trouble? She does it. She does it. Hey, sweet girl. Why is you up there in the pool? Why ain't you in the pool? Let me pull over. That's deep grass. Oh yeah. Buster, leave her alone. Gotta go play. Buster gonna be bossy. Look at him. Buster, leave her alone. I'm serious. That's my girl. Buster. Buster's so hard-headed. He's so hard-headed, ain't he, baby? I got some treats for you. I got treats. Hang on. Come here, love. Oh, don't push my whole hand out. Break my hand down in that bucket. Buster, I said you stop. You gotta stop. You leave her alone. It's my girl. It's my baby. Yeah. Pretty wide back, ain't it? Yeah, you got a pretty wide back there, baby. It'd be hard to ride that back. Yeah, get up there, you ain't gonna have much to hold on to. Now I love this baby girl. I love her. Zippy. This was Moses' first wife. You know, like in the Bible, Zipporah, Moses' wife. Well, this is his Zippy. I call her Zippy. All right, I'm just gonna make the rounds with my boys. They want to ride. Yeah, I don't have no room for you. I'll get off and play. Go ahead, Kip, you can go. Woody, you wanna get off? Who says I ain't getting out of here? I had a fresh haircut, Papa. I had a fresh haircut. I ain't gonna get out there and get dirty. Yeah, we took Woody and Birdie both to get their haircut. And they called us when it was through. I didn't get the video, but I was outside when she got ready to go get them, and I just jumped in the car. Birdie has a cute little haircut, and I try to get it on video today or tomorrow. Woody, he's naturally always pretty. He's a pretty boy. But he gets so shaggy in his face, you know, it's really shaggy around his eyes. I said, you got to cut that short, folks. You got to cut it short. Anyway, we're just out to give these boys a little ride. We're going to give them a little bit of free time right here at Camp Heidi. And I'm just going to get out here and set my chairs back up that Moses knocked over. And we go back, we're going to go up and visit with Ivan and Miracle and those guys and give them some treats. You know, the other night we were over at Dan's and had supper, and when the cook show was him and Luke put on. Good food. They do some good food. Sometimes the state they're doing the food I didn't care for, and that's just me, you know. Good food, just not my cup of tea, said that way. Anyway, the question was the other night, like, what did we think about doing or had on our mind about doing, you know, as growing up? Not so much growing up, but after we got grown, what we'd like to have done. Profession. Well, when I was younger, I've always loved animals. Cows and horses and all this stuff, goats and all this stuff. And I thought in my mind, and probably some of you guys that were dairy farmers would say, oh, you're crazy. I don't know. It'd be to be a dairy farmer. You get up early in the mornings, which I like. Go out to the barns, you know, let your cows in. You know, you're there alone, usually, you know, depending on how big your operation is. You're able just to communicate with them, and you hook the milkers up. You're with your cows, you know, the early hours of the morning, and you let them back out in the pastures. And if you got repair work or whatever to do, you do. And then you go back in your home in the house. But then that evening, maybe the downside would be is you got to go back, do it again. And I always thought that'd be pretty deep. I could see myself going into the dairy barn, turning my coffee pot on, and, you know, and actually have some kind of little office space there, you know, keep your records and stuff. Having my coffee and cows coming in, and, you know, that sounds a lot of fun. But I guarantee you there's probably some downsides there, especially like when prices are down on your milk and you're struggling to make ends meet. The cows got to eat every day. And there'd have been a lot of expenses to even get into it, to think about it, you know. You'd have to bought a lot more land. You'd have had to have the barns built, the cows purchased or whatever, unless you bought one in operation, you know. And everybody had their own little ideas of what they want. I've done a lot of things in my life, you know. I've graduated from high school. I was in the Marines and 4 years in there. And it's not something I'd want to make it a career out of. I work for a light company climbing light posts. It's not something I want to stay at forever. I work for the sheriff's department. And that wasn't a bad job, you was never home. And but today, I couldn't have done that same job here that I did then. I mean, I'm not talking about the population explosion, but I don't speak Spanish, and now we have a great amount of Hispanic-speaking folks. I'd have been lost. I'd had to have an interpreter go with me everywhere I went. But, you know, then I taught school. And I love teaching school. I love teaching that shop class. It's ups and downs, you know. I talked to Jill a lot about, you know, school, the in-service days. I hated in-service days. You know, it's just, if you've been there a year or two, it's the same old, same old. Those 3 or 4 days beginning of school or a week, you sit in meetings all day long hearing the same thing you heard the year before. It's just, you know, it never ceases. That's why I was able to read True Grit one day in one day's time in the library while they was having a meeting. True Grit. Sitting at the back of the room, inside my folder. Yeah, I taught. I drove a bus, and which is kind of a combination thing there for a long time. and now I'm retired, you know, and I do the YouTube, and this is fun. I don't have a ton of folks, you know. I don't. I probably got less watching me than anybody in the family. But I love those that are watching. Most of them I recognize their names, and I love it. I love reading the comments. I don't get to answer them all, but I love reading them. And sometimes at night, these 2 or 3 old fingers here get where I can't hardly. And I'm left-handed, but I can't do my phone with my left hand. I got to do it with this right hand. And they get all sleepy-eyed. They get sleepy, and they start tingling, burning. And then I start reading. But anyway, it's been a fun time. I've enjoyed it. I sometimes feel like, well, yeah, it's probably pretty boring to someone, you know, but then I'll get a comment from someone that has never pet a cow or a goat or a horse, you know, never have been able to pet one, or they're homebound, or they live in a city or an apartment. They don't get to get out like I am right now out here at camp patio where it's quiet and just my little boys playing and really enjoying this kickback here, you know, kickback time. You know, just those folks. I think they like the videos. Maybe a little boring, huh? I ain't gonna ask Buster, because Buster don't realize what's bored. Now he makes up his own games, and they're always not right with G. What's that teacup doing? I don't know, baby. You go nuts. Come on, Kip. Come on, Kip. Come up here. Keep it going. Supposed to get Lex back Friday. Lester went to. Woody, I'm trying to make a video. Woody dog. I'm trying to make a video. Y'all, both of y'all. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Woody. Lester L.E. went to his game in video saying, the boy's good. Fast. They kicked off, and the whole team was running down to kind of cover the guy that caught the ball, and Lex was out ahead of all of them. Just, I want to say he got that from me. But he didn't. Bill got it from his dad. His dad's fast. Not me. This is pitiful here. This is just pitiful. You're above them guys, that you dude. I ain't gonna let you get out of that tall grass pop off. All right, guys. I love y'all. Oh, I was talking about them stories people want to be. Lou wanted to have a wash terrier. I thought that was sweet. Said she could just wash and fold clothes and stuff, dry clothes, fold clothes all day. She loved it. Dan wanted to mow grass or mow hay fields. He said, I'd love just to get out every day, just mow hay fields and bale hay. Well, he had some experiences I've had, or he wouldn't have said that. I'm going to tell you a story about that one day. I wait till Cuz is here, maybe. Cuz helped me on a couple of hay fields. Boy, did we ever get into it. It's all his fault anyway, I realize that, but still. We stayed broke down more than we worked. I love you guys. We're gonna head back home and see Ivan. Yeah, I done got myself cornered. I got myself cornered, Ivan. Yeah, I got myself cornered here. Look, I'm gonna sit down here. Y'all better leave me alone. I'm serious, Ivan. Tell him. Stop it, Buster. This is my boy, Ivan. He's Papa's boy. Oh, I don't know, Ivan. I don't know what's wrong with Buster. Buster tries to protect his pawpaw. He thinks everybody's out to get pawpaw. All right, Moki. Ivan's turn. There you go, baby. There y'all go, okay? Moki, you're a pain in the butt, girl. Okay, go ahead, Ivan. No, you big face girl. I can't stand big face women. I can't stand them, Ivan. Can you? Can you stand them, Ivan? There's Bobo. Make her stop. Ivan, she's bigger than both of us. You raised her, Ivan. She's partly your fault. Partly your fault, Ivan. Here, Ivan, get it quick. There's only a couple of bites left. Get it fast. Oh. Ivan, don't let them do it to me. Ivan, stop. Yo big face girl. Right in my face. Hey, honey. I love you. I love you, baby. I love you too, Moki. Oh, that's it. I can't stand that bucket shoved into my area down there, Ivan. You know it. You know it. Oh, yeah. You come out here with these trees and try to sit with them, and you'll literally get mauled. I'm talking about you get a mauling out here. Buster, leave him alone. That's my boy, Ivan. Whatever Ivan does is okay. Whatever Ivan does is okay. Oh, good, she's walking off. Guys, they about beat me up. I'm gonna try to get myself out of here if I can without getting mauled, me and Buster. Now, I'm gonna get this video out to you. I hope you'll enjoy it. Hit the like button, share with somebody. Don't matter, that's my leg. You don't do that. We've talked about that before. And we've talked about it. Oh, boy. And share with somebody and subscribe if you haven't. Hey, Two-Spot. Big old brute. Just a big old brute. If I'd have you was gonna be like this when you was a baby, I'd have spanked you. I'd have spanked you more often. Yeah, you need a spanking when you're little. You would have grown up like this. You don't teach your kids when they're little, and look what you get. Look what you get. If you don't teach them right, they'll maul you. They'll run over you. All right, little boy. Let's get out of here. Ivan, we're leaving, son. I love you. Next time, Ivan, we're gonna find somewhere just private like me and you. We ain't gonna deal with all this. No, we're not gonna deal with it, Ivan. I love you guys. Y'all take care.